beautiful souls. Welcome back, or welcome to The Hawk and I. My name is Lana Zelinsky, and I work in the spirit dimensions. And as always, please, in all my videos, take what resonates, and you're welcome to leave the rest right here. A common question that I do get asked a lot, and this question has been posted a few times here on the channel, is, Lana, what do the spirit dimensions actually look like? Simple question, yeah? However, the answer to that question isn't a simple answer. And I may struggle a little bit to find the words or the expressions or the emotions to relay that to you in an answer, because it's extremely profound in the spirit dimensions. And it's like nothing we've ever experienced here in the physical world. I'm going to ask you to try and tap into the essence of how things feel to you here in the physical world to give you a sense of what it's like in the spirit dimensions. Now, I have talked a little bit before in previous videos how I see the spirit dimensions. I see the spirit dimensions as lanes, as highways, almost as tubes of light that I can kind of transfer into to have incredible conversations with spirit and with the angelics and with spirit animals. And it is the most amazing space to work in. The spirit dimensions, from my experience, are always filled with this incredible light, but it's not a light that we are familiar with here in the spirit dimensions, because the light has this powerful energy within it. The light has the essence, the vibration of unconditional love and peace and serenity. And if you just put your hand on your heart, just for a moment, just put your hand on your heart and just feel for a moment the most unconditional love you have ever felt in the physical world. Unconditional love. Now, multiply that feeling by at least 10,000 times. It's an extremely emotional feeling when I go over there. There are times when I go over into the spirit dimensions that the emotion of that love and that peace, it can be hard to keep myself in check sometimes, because it's just so powerful. There's also this incredible feeling, and this is kind of where it gets a little bit hard to describe, is the oneness. The oneness when I go over there is extremely, the word powerful, this doesn't seem to describe it. The oneness takes over. You feel like one with everything. You feel one with the universe. You feel one with source energy. You feel this empowering oneness. Now, when I communicate with people who have passed over there, what's really interesting is there's no floor and there's no ceiling. There's no beginning and there's no end. And sometimes I'm not even aware of my own physical body when I'm over there. I also don't always see spirits over in the spirit dimensions in a physical form. Sometimes they do show themselves to me in a physical form. Otherwise, it's just a communication, almost like a telepathic communication. It can get visual and it can change a lot during the reading, but there's also like this pause sometimes where I have to almost do like a translation. Anybody who has had a reading with me will often say your eyes go weird, or you kind of pause and I don't think that you're still actually here. And it's because of the translation from moment. There was a translation moment from the physical world to the spirit dimensions, because the communication is very different. How the communication in is almost like I said, there's no words to fully describe it. The other thing is sometimes I don't always see all of a spirit. They may only show me themselves from here up, or they may only show me their hand, or they may only show me their eyes. And that is because of the energy that it takes between me and the spirit dimensions to be able to show me that. Now, I don't only go over there to work. Quite often they will meet me here in the physical world. And this description is absolutely incredible to be able to share with you. Now, when I do my readings and I'm sitting on a chair and I'm tapping into the spirit dimensions, I don't always know, I usually don't know how we're going to work. Sometimes I go over and sometimes they come here. When the spirit dimensions come to me, what happens is the room that I'm sitting in, I start to see like this fog, like this haze, and it usually starts right around my waist, and the fog starts to expand through the room. And eventually within minutes, it's usually within minutes, the light fills the room to the point where I can no longer see anything physical in my office. So I no longer see the walls, the windows, the chair. I can no longer see my own hands. It kind of blends into the room that I'm sitting in. And that is the energy that we're going to tap into, and they come into the reading that way. Now, interestingly enough, and I'm not quite sure why, but interestingly enough, when I'm working this way, that is when I tend to be more visual. Seems to be when I can see a little bit more who they were and what they exactly looked like. And, I've sat with this a long time, and I don't really have an answer for you as to why when we work that way, I'm able to tap in. Perhaps it's because I'm in the physical world and it's easier, or perhaps it's easier for them when we're working that way to show me exactly who they are. But I do see a lot more of who they were in the physical world when they come over here. The other thing that's incredible with the spirit dimensions is how it sounds. This hearing over there, quite often, the best way that I can describe it is when I hear over there, there's a crispness to it. It has this crisp, there's no background noise. So our physical world has a lot of background noise. There's no background noise over in the spirit dimensions. And quite often I do have hearing sensitivity after working all day over in the spirit dimensions, because I find the physical world to be very, very loud, very distracting to hear in. Where over in the spirit dimensions, the only vibration that's over there is love and peace and like a tranquility. You know that feeling when you go into a spa? And I am struggling to find words that describe it to you the best that I can. When you go into a spa and you've got that tranquility, you can feel that, there's no stress. There's just peace and tranquility. That's what it feels like, but that's also what it sounds like. There we go. It sounds like that. It's literally, you can hear what the sound of unconditional love actually sounds like, because there is a sound to it. It's quite profound to be able to try and explain it, and it's difficult to actually find the words that will connect you to that feeling. But the essence of those vibrations, you can hear it over there. You can feel it over there. You can see it. You can see the vibration of unconditional love. You just have this profound knowing when you go over into the spirit dimensions. And I wish I could just bottle it. And I've said that to spirit a few times. If I could just bottle a little bit of this and bring it back. The other thing when I work over in the spirit dimensions is I'm left with this profound amount of energy. And it's a different form of energy than what I have in the physical world. It's more than just feeling refreshed. It's the energy of unconditional love. It's the energy of peace, and it's the energy of that vibration of all things being one. And am I able to maintain it for a while? Yeah. The physical world, I find the energy in the physical world is exhausting. So I do prefer the energy in the spirit dimensions, and I do try to push that energy out here. In all things that I do, I try to do it from that unconditional love from the spirit dimensions. I try to do and say all things from that peaceful vibration from the spirit dimensions. I work really hard at bringing in the vibration of oneness. It's always been that for me. If we could just tap into the essence of all those things that I've talked about, ooh, what an incredible physical world experience we would all have. The thing is too is when I see spirit, they don't look like we look in the physical world. They don't show themselves in a solid form. They do have light running through them. So when I do tap into them, it's like seeing a perfect outline of them where they don't quite look solid. I will add that because that is a question that I do get quite a bit as well. I do hope that you enjoyed learning a little bit about what the spirit dimensions look like and my experiences working in them. And the best thing that you can do to tap into what it feels like, again, is put your hand on your heart and tap into the essence. What does unconditional love feel like? What does peace feel like? What does oneness feel like? It is the most profound experience, magical moments that I have ever had. And you can yourself tap into that just simply by feeling. I am wishing you, as always, love, light, blessings, and a spirit-guided day.